What's up, Orcamaniacs, and welcome to episode number 3 Zoomcast of Dubl Drbl with me, Ricky Dubl R. Rodriguez, and my boy Gilbert A. Plus Asensio.
What's up, you guys?
Today we got the boss man, the owner from all WBCs here today. We got Coach Conn with us, and all the way from Connecticut, we got our dude Marquis Rivera. Thank you, Marquis, for joining us, brother.
Thank you guys for having me, man. I appreciate it, man.
Heck yeah, man. We appreciate it too. It must be pretty crazy being over there from being over here, you know, like weather-wise, it's different, huh?
Yeah, man, especially with my time spent in California, especially around the springtime, it's kind of, you know, up and down, kind of day by day, it's a different thing. So yesterday it was 80 degrees and today is 55 and overcast and a little bit of showers. So it just bounces around day to day.
That's a big difference from day to day.
Ain't that?
Man, day to day, man, for real.
That's a nice way of him telling Californians, stop complaining. Complain for 60.
Pretty much, man.
It's all good, bro. Yeah, we'll be back on the court soon, man. Sooner than later, you know?
Yeah, man. That's, like I said, the world needs basketball, man. And no matter to what extent, I just feel like it's becoming the most popular sport in the world, slowly but surely. And I feel like this void right now is kind of proving that.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got that right.
Freaking crazy. Well, maybe let's find out. Let's see if maybe we're getting a couple steps closer to possibly starting. Let's start with the boss man himself. Farhan, you guys had a meeting last week. Is there any updates that you can possibly give us regarding the ABA or the Orcas in general?
No, it's all secret.
Fire.
Right. Top secret.
Wow. That was a waste of a segue.
No, I mean, everything. I mean, pretty much we had a discussion as a staff just to get, we called it, the GM called it our war room. We all got together, social distancing,
of course,
had some food, and really just sat down to figure out what the blueprint of our organization was going to look like.
Okay.
So I've already added my vision to it, of course, to so much that I got so much community work for us to do that I forgot that we owned an entertainment business. Like I was like, oh yeah, this is a entertainment company, right? Yeah. So we're here to entertain, and it's funny because when I was doing the Sports Collective TV, as a sportsman, I was like, man, basketball is all entertainment. It's all entertainment. It's all entertainment. And then when you own the team, it's like, oh, I forgot. It is entertainment. So, be able to sit back and look and figure out how we're going to build this entertainment company, along with the community stuff that we want to put together. We have a lot of ideas, a lot of strategic moves we're going to do, but the initial one right now is planning for the invitation to tryouts.
Okay.
And so Don and I, we pretty much picked through the videos and the emails we got for this tryout squad for the 21 people that we have. However, we're going to open up to the public. Yeah. So we're going to open up to California, and then we'll figure out where else we're going to go after that. So the invitation to tryouts is going to be legit. It's going to be combine material, like as if it was going to the Drew League or the G League or the NBA to try out. Like it's going to be that quality of tryouts. We're looking for particular players, of course. And for the training camp, there's only going to be a particular many slots. And Don can talk to you about that. There's only going to be a certain amount of slots we're looking for. So we're going to go out and actually look for and invite people an opportunity to just come straight to the training camp. So if you got what it takes, or however you want to phrase it in the basketball world, we will have some slots open, and we're going to go on a tour, and we're going to find these diamonds in the rough, or however you want to call them, these basketball players that, don't get that view or get seen. We're looking for them. And we may have a spot for you if you can earn that spot with us on the Orcas. So legitimately, I could just go with Marquis and the other 20 cats and just call it a day's grace. And I'm sure Don would be happy with that. But we want to be open. I told Don, like, the Lakers don't go in the community and be like, who wants to try out? I mean, it's like, it's a business. But at the same time, because it's a community-driven kind of organization, we want people from the community to be a part of it. So we're not going to totally dictate who's going to play for us, although we do have our favorites. And so, I'm going to tell you that much. However, but it's going to be open tryouts for everybody's going to have an opportunity. And then once we get this first one done, hopefully, whichever county opens up first. If the home base of the Oxnards in Ventura County opens up, then we're headed out there to do the tryouts. If LA County opens up in just about the same time, we'll do it in LA. But we're just waiting for that phase. I believe it's going to be phase 3, where we can actually have enough, 20, 30 people in a group that we can actually have this initial tryouts. So that's what we're waiting for. Nothing I can do about it as far as, getting it off the ground until we get the clearance from the governor saying that, okay, these many people can gather. And then if it's 20 plus, it's on. So that's where we pretty much are. And the whole planning, the marketing, we know a lot of ABAs fall apart, fail, however you want to describe it, because of a lot of budgeting. So I believe that I got a great crew of brains and ideas that we're going to come up with ways to raise money and earn money. And it's a for-profit business. We have nonprofits connected to us. I am thinking about making the Orcas a nonprofit, maybe, but for right now, we're a for-profit, and we have enough nonprofits connected to us that we can still make the difference, and we got to earn money. So
cool.
Staff has to be paid. Like, you can't do this for free. It's not a free job. You guys got to get paid. So
we're gonna get paid.
This is not something that I put together for free labor. Like I said, it's going to be ran as a business. So when you look at the Lakers or the Clippers or whoever, you're going to look at us the same way as how we're going to function.
I like the you said that. I like the way that I love that I got you, G, in a minute. I love that you're doing open. I think we talked about this before. I love that you're doing open tryouts because, like you said, you got that diamond in the rough. You never know what you're going to see. Before I get to G, Coach, did you want to piggyback off of anything that he just said?
No, he pretty much summed it up. It's just, we're going to have our invite tryout that we already have 21 guys invited. There may be 1 or 2 more guys that we add to that. That'll be our first tryout that we have. And from there, we're going to pick how many guys we like, to go to training camp. And they'll automatically be at training camp. So out of the 21, who knows, we could pick all 20 from our tryout squad. Or we could pick 15, we could pick 12, we could pick 10, whatever fits. And then the rest of those training camp slots are going to be those open runs that we go to cities. But, the open runs, if whoever hears this, is not just for that training camp. We have a development team. So, we have 15 guys pretty much probably going to be on our pro roster. We have another 12 to 15 that are going to be on the development team.
Okay.
We're going to help, not just for our pro team, but also get pro opportunities elsewhere. If that's the case. So, there may be just a few spots for our training camp, but there's also 12 to 15 more slots for guys to be in the development team, which I'm just as excited about that team than the pro team, because we're going to have a great coach for them. They're going to be coached up. They're going to be played up. They're going to be playing in city leagues around, and they're going to get an opportunity where right now they don't have any.
Yeah.
Our pro team is just the same. Most of our guys have never played pro. Josh coming on later, he's played overseas. Adams played overseas. Ryan's played overseas. But most of the guys are like Marquis, hasn't had that opportunity. Marquis and I have been talking. I've been trying to get him on P4E team, my P4E team for a while, but it hasn't worked out. But I'm glad that we finally made this work with Orcas in the trial. So I've never seen him play in person, but Fraud has. America's our director of basketball operations, loves him. So I'm excited to see him play. He's 6'7", lanky. Joshua was another 6'7" cat, all lanky, and we're just going to be a bunch of dudes that are lanky, and we're going to play fast and hard and play defense and everything.
It's going to be exciting.
Positionless basketball, that's pretty much where we're going to be, because we got 16 guys between 6'3" and 6'9".
Nice.
That's for the trial squad. I only got a few guys mixed in there that are not in that range, but they're going to be decent. Marquis is going to be one of the better ones that I'm excited to see what happens.
It's going to be cool. We're going to get to know Marquis in just a minute. G, you had something you wanted to say, or did he cover it?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to ask for Ron, on how earlier he mentioned about the whole coronavirus, how it's holding everything back. with that being said, like, do you have more anticipation once everything gets going, like, just to, like, where you want to go from there? Like, has it helped you figure out, like, better ways to go in a situation and be like, okay, I want to do it this way now because I had more time to think about it? If that makes sense.
mean, as far as the coronavirus stuff, I mean, we're preparing. When we got masks, I've ordered the guns, the sensors for the heat, for temperatures. You know, we're because we're not the NBA, our venues are considered smaller venues. So if we get, you know, 200-300 people in the gym, that's enough for us to put on our show, right? So
Right.
as that part of it, I mean, that's just where we are. As far as thinking past that, I mean, like Don said, like there's a process that it's going to take, and from the tryouts to training camp to the offer letters to the signing day, like these are all the things that we got to, you know, prepare for the end result, and hopefully, I don't like the word hopefully, but the schedule for the season starts in November, and so it's day by day to see as long as this phase kicks in before November, we should be good to go in starting our season. Whether we got 50 people in the stands, we got 100 or 500, like whatever that number is, it's going to be something for the community, entertainment-wise. So we're just planning for November. We've already got scheduled games. Don and the director of basketball Americas have scheduled games already. So we're looking for at least a 20 to 24 season games. So hey, we're shooting for the title. Like I said, it's entertainment.
Yeah.
But we're building this team because the first year out, we're going for a championship. And the other ABA teams out there, they know Don. They've seen our roster. They've seen the tryout squad, and they know that we have elite players. So yeah, it's a new day. We're coming to change the culture for sure.
Absolutely.
What a first year to kick it off, right? With all this
Hey,
going
we're
on.
going all in, man. We're going all in.
You have to go all in. That's how you
Right.
get going. Well, let's get to know one of those guys that are going to be possibly in that fight, in that battle as one of our warriors. We're bringing in Marquis Rivera. It's Marquis, right?
Yeah, you got it right, boss.
All right, make sure I say it right. Everybody says my name wrong all the time. It drives me nuts. I just wanted to make sure, my brother.
How can you say double wrong?
No, Rodriguez. Rodriguez. Oh, yeah. It drives me nuts. Anyways, you said you're out in Connecticut right now. Are you out there with family or what's going on?
Yeah. So I'm originally from back east. I'm from here. Born and raised in Connecticut. My first time leaving to California was junior college. I went to junior college in Santa Maria at Allen Hancock, which is in that Ventura County-ish type of area already. So I'm kind of familiar with the Oxnard area, being that I played against Ventura and JC a couple times in the Santa Barbara area. So I'm kind of familiar with the area. Been back and forth since 2012. After JC, I went to a small 4-year in the Antelope Valley, the University of Antelope Valley, and that's where I was last part before I came here. So as Coach mentioned, he kind of reached out to me during P4E because in my last stretch at University of Antelope Valley, I did a lot of going down to 105 down towards LA, and I'm trying to plan a lot more things and just kind of start getting myself out there more. And that's kind of when I ran into Ferran, and I had a great game in that league, and it kind of built from there. So I kind of just been trying to establish myself, like Coach said, as a guy that's trying to get to the professional level, really.
Oh, hold on. He's just gonna breeze over that night of the play-by-play, man. This dude.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna jump on it, Ferran. Don't worry. Go ahead.
Killing. To be that height, and to be able to handle the ball from the 1 all the way down to the 5. I mean, this guy was athletic. Me and Fredo was doing the play-by-play. We did that with the LABC League. And so to see Marquis that night, I mean, he dunked on somebody, just bashed on him, like no regrets. I'm like, that dude. And he actually was the player of the game. So that his short interview is actually on the Sports Collective media page. If you go scroll down to the to the play-by-plays that we did, we actually chose him for the player of the game. And right from the start, I was like, that dude's a tough dude. And so he and I have been connecting ever since then, just looking for places to play. He's like, hey, you know, anybody's looking for a big man or looking for it? And I'm like, you know what? And I would send him like insights, but you know, life happens. And so here we are today, full circle, with an opportunity to have a pro team. And like, it was like, man, where are you? He's like, I'm out of town. I'm like, no, when you coming back?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, man. Like I said, to piggyback off it, that was playing in that league was my first time really getting back out of school. You know, when you're in college, it's very systematic, and you know, you kind of gotta get compartmentalized kind of in a role. Kind of when you're a guy that's a team first guy, you kind of gotta like put your skill set to the side sometimes for the greater good of the team. My senior year, I had to put a lot of personal things in my game to the side for our team to flourish. So when he got to see me play again, that was kind of like me finally like getting back free and loose again and being able to play my game. So I kind of felt like he kind of see me at the right time, because it was like me starting to have a lot of fun playing the game again and kind of getting back to my normal self. So it kind of worked hand in hand. And like he said, we've been in touch ever since. He reached out about certain things, but it's funny how life works. How this opportunity is the first thing that comes towards my way after such a detrimental time in the country that we're going through right now with the pandemic, and for everything to be shut down, and it's the first thing to pop up for me. I don't think it's a coincidence, so I'm excited about it.
It's funny you say that, because I know Ferran's going to agree with me right here. The last 3 episodes we had Buddha last week, you know, and then we had Adam and Andrew. And we're talking about it being a puzzle. It's been a puzzle. Like literally, me and G came from the school, you know, Don came from P4E, you know, Ferran's done his thing, and we all came together in some which way or another, and we're just gelling, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's super dope to see it happen organically too. I feel like a lot of it is just kind of coming with the flow of things and just the nature and the certain people that are involved. I feel like it's a lot of great individuals involved in general, and what's trying to be built here. And I feel like when you got good pieces to a puzzle, I feel like that's what makes a puzzle kind of stick and make it come to fruition, is when you kind of got the pieces in place that are going to be able to withstand the different things that come its way, because it's never going to be a steady straight climb to the top. No chart you ever look at is a steady increase. It's always, you know, ups and downs, peaks and valleys. But I feel like a lot of that can be kind of combated when you got pieces to the part that are integral and that are organic and that kind of want to be here, and they kind of all stand for something good. So I feel like everybody, a part of it so far that I've seen, has a story with them, and a story that could inspire others in different ways. So I just think it's kind of dope to see those type of people come together to make something happen like this.
No, it's totally true. And you like I've heard before, you can have a bunch of superstars, but as they don't play together, it ain't gonna. Look at the Heat when they first got together. They got smashed their first year together with LeBron and Bosh and Wade. You know, it took time to gel. But if you got those pieces, you know, you can have those quote unquote mediocre players that come together. But as long as they're together and they're chiming and they're working together, they're gonna kick ass. You know, they're gonna be awesome. And that looks like that's gonna be the case. We got some superstars on this squad from what I've seen. You know, but you all have your superstars in your own way. You know, you're not like, we don't have any ball hogs. We don't have any like it's all about me kind of thing. That's the vibe that I get from you guys.
Yeah, me too, definitely. And just hearing Coach finally just hear him say what type of style of play he wants to go with in the positionless basketball, it was like my eyes lit up when I heard that, because I haven't been in a situation in a long time where it's been positionless, and it's kind of a gift and a curse being a guy with my size and skill level and athleticism, because I can play so many different spots. And I kind of always sacrifice playing the spot I'm most comfortable for the greater good of the team, which is always fine because I'm a team first guy. And I always like to say my biggest attribute is probably playmaking, and not even in the sense of just for myself. I just always like to make the right play. Like I get just as excited off of my slam dunk, off of me throwing the alley-oop to the next guy's slam dunk. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm that kind of guy. I like to keep my energy level high, because I understand that's a big part of being a team is a a synergy level and a certain energy level that has to all be kind of met and be at the same level. It's like you're only as strong as your weakest link on any type of team you're on. So I always kind of like to be the guy to bring the energy and always have us, energy real high, because I understand from the 5 that are on the floor to the 15th guy that's on the bench, all of our energy levels kind of have to be consistent. And I feel like the way coach wants to play, it's only going to breed energy. I feel like for that to be successful, we have to be a high energy team and we have to be a selfless team. And I feel like with the blueprint he has in place with being a defensive first team, high energy, positionless, I feel like all guys are going to get the opportunities that in our size range from 6'3" to 6'9", when you're playing in a college system, you don't kind of get those, because between those size ranges, you're usually one of the bigger guys on the team. So whatever your natural spot is, you usually have to sacrifice it because, hey, look, yeah, you're 6'3", 6'4", and yeah, you're a natural 1 or a natural 2, but we got Johnny and Joey, and you know what I'm saying, he's 5'10" and he's 6 feet, so they can't play anything else. So you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, okay, for the greater good, I got to sacrifice myself and move off ball, whatever the case may be. Where, as like coach said, it's going to be positionless, so it's going to be like everybody's going to be able to be comfortable in their own skin and kind of get the ball in the spots they feel comfortable at. And I think just by hearing that and hearing what we got so far, I played against Buddha my junior year when he was at Bethesda. So I'm kind of familiar with Buddha a little bit, and I just feel like they got the right pieces in place, and I feel like it could be something special.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. So with that said, you keep talking about team. I got you, G, in a minute. All this teamwork, you're talking about working together, gelling together. What do you feel that you could bring to the team? What is your specialty, I guess you could say, that you're gonna bring to the squad?
I kind of like to look at myself as like a chameleon in a sense. I'm very adaptable to situations. I don't know if that's just the nature of the beast of where I would, you know what I'm saying, just my environment or what it is, but like I feel like I'm super adaptable to a lot of different situations. I don't feel like there's a situation on the court that I'm uncomfortable in. You know what I mean? Whether it be tight game, blowout, where we need to execute or you need to bring this more, I feel like I'm capable of kind of bringing whatever the team needs. And I've always been a real humble guy. My father has always told me to be a humble dude. So like I don't really like to talk about my skill set, as like Ferran like to say, you know, he kind of made me backtrack on how he even met me in the story or how that took place. But I'm just a guy with a broad skill set. And I feel like I'm gonna do whatever the team needs. Do I feel like I'm a natural guard and playmaker? Yeah, but you can play make from anywhere on the floor. It's about being out there and being within the play to make a play happen. You got to be there in the first place. So I just feel like that's my biggest strength, is being adaptable to really any situation on the floor.
Awesome. Well, you talked about your dad giving you advice, your dad telling you things. Whenever a boy is growing up, usually their father is their quote unquote hero. Sometimes that's not the case. Who was your motivation growing up? It could be an athlete, person, doesn't matter.
You know, as a basketball player, you got favorite basketball players, but as an idol, as a man, yeah, I definitely got to say my father. I lost in my junior year of college, and from my father, I'm his only son. I was the first boy, the only boy. So that was a guy who, like, there wasn't anything I couldn't bring to him, whether it be basketball or life or, you know what I'm saying, whatever the issue was. There wasn't any situation I couldn't bring to him that he didn't have knowledge for me. So he was a very knowledgeable dude. He was a great guy, family first type of guy. So I carry a lot of the traits that he kind of placed in me. So I definitely got to say that's my biggest influence and role model and everything. He taught me how to be a competitor, taught me how to be a man. So I definitely got to say that's my pops.
That's awesome. I mean, Marquis, you got a bunch of dads on this screen right now, and our sons, our daughters, we want to carry that over to our kids, our grandkids as well. So it's awesome that you say that. You're such a humble dude. I love the fact that you're so humble. How did you feel when you got the call for Oxnard, either from Ferran or from Jroq?
I'm always grateful for every situation. Regardless, it's a privilege to play this game. I've had one injury in my entire career playing basketball, so I kind of got a sense of what it's like for the game to be taken from you abruptly. So I'm just grateful for any opportunity that really comes by. And then when I seen what he was doing, I already liked him as a person. You know what I mean? And I knew as a person what type of guy he was. And from the day I met him and the day he seen my ability and my humble nature, so to speak, and you know, I'm a selfless guy, and it kind of like we kind of like drew to each other because he was a kind of a guy that I looked to as an older dude with a little more experience in life than me. So I reached out. You know, we've been in contact for years, and then once this opportunity came and he asked me about it, I was just humbled that, you know what I'm saying, he even felt like he should ask me about it, because that's how I am with anything. Every opportunity is a blessing, no matter what it is.
Why you got that smile?
Why wouldn't I? Hey, like I told him, you know, I was doing the sports show, started with the Sports Collect. I actually started with Sports Lounge Live on LA Talk Live. Actually started in 2010 through my depression of getting into sports. And when it came time to do this, put this team together and my staff, it was like I had met people for the last 4 to 5 years that, you know, that it's like I said, it's a puzzle. I always looked at life as a puzzle. Like you can do this job by yourself, but then the more people you put together, the more that this comes to life. So when I started looking at folks, like I said, meeting him that night, that play-by-play for us was something that we had just started doing for me and Fredo together. And so it's just as much fun as watching an NBA game doing play-by-play than to watching these cats like Marquis play in their games. So when you love basketball, it's basketball no matter what level. No matter if it's little children playing, 12, 13 years old, you watching those cats play to watching adults play. It's the same fun and energy. And so when my opportunity came, again, it was like, these guys are already in my life. Like, why would I go look for some strangers when I have people right here who can fill the slots, you know? And the main thing was the philosophy that I had. And when I talked to him about the give back, like to take care of the next generation of youth, like it was all in his same vision. So all of our visions connect in some fashions. You know, it's not just my view, it's just how all of us put together to execute, like how are we going to take care of these next generation? Well, he has ideas, Don has ideas, I'm sure Josh has, like we all got ideas. So then you put all those ideas together, then it just works. And then maybe my idea is not the best idea. Maybe we go with Josh's idea or Marquis. So we're able to try whatever we want to try. Like there is no failure. So to have a group of guys like that, like to me, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah. I also noticed, Marquis, that you said you went to Antelope Valley. Were you part of history at Antelope Valley by any chance?
Yeah, when I got there, it was only a 3rd-year program. They were only in their 3rd season. And our recruiting class had vowed when we came in that we were going to be the recruiting class to win the first conference championship outright, regular season and conference tournament. So my senior year, we accomplished that. We went 11-3, 1 conference regular season, 1 conference tournament. First team from that university to ever punch his ticket to the NAIA national tournament. So I felt like after all the sacrifice we put in, that was the biggest get back out of that, was making that happen.
That's pretty sick. With that said, was that your proudest moment in your basketball career, or is there something even bigger?
Yeah, definitely, because during that was my biggest. I feel like my biggest moment of fulfillment. Like I felt like I accomplished something outside of myself. Like I wasn't the star, I wasn't the leading scorer, I wasn't the man, but yet I didn't let that stop me, bother me, or derail the team, what we had as a team and our goal as a team. And I felt like that was the biggest thing for all of us, was the season didn't go as some of us envisioned for ourselves individually, but collectively we got what we all wanted. And I felt like that moment right there with all those guys, and those are going to be some of my friends for life. That senior group of guys I left with, those are going to be my guys for life. And I felt like we created a brotherhood and we created a bond that, like we all said, nobody can ever take from us, no matter if it's 50 years from now. You know what I mean? We're always going to be that first group that did that at that university. So
Yeah, you're the only ones who can say that.
Yeah.
Freaking awesome. Well, you know what, Marquis, dude? I've literally only talked to you for about 30 minutes now, and I can already see you're a freaking kick-ass, humble dude. It's going to be freaking so cool to be on the court with you, being able to interview you and see you do your thing, not only on the court, but off the court as well, man. I just want to thank you so much for joining us. You're welcome to stay with us while we talk to big man Josh right here. That would be awesome. But if you got to go hang out in that East Coast weather, you go do your thing, my brother.
Appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate y'all for having me on. And like I said, I look forward to many more interviews and meeting you guys and getting this thing going, man, and seeing what's going to happen with this first season with the Orcas. I'm excited, and I can't wait to get out there and get to work.
Absolutely.
Likewise.
Good to see you,
Cool,
bro.
man. Thanks, man.
I appreciate it, Marcus.
Thank you, Marquis.
Marquis.
Nice to meet you, man.
All
Nice meeting you
right.
too, man.
And you're seeing him in the corner. Big Jroq is in the house. Is it Jroq? Is that the nickname that I'm seeing on all your socials? All right. So, all right. Big Jroq's in the house. Thank you so much for jumping in, man. I mean, life happens. If you guys didn't know, our other guests had to pull out for personal reasons. And Jroq jumped right in, man. So thank you so much. We appreciate it.
No worries, no worries.
So Jroq, Joshua White, we'll give you your name out there. Give us a little thing about you, dude. A little background about you, where you come from, little maybe childhood story you can give us, and then we'll jump into some more things.
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Los Angeles, California. I grew up right here at South Central off of Century and Western. Went to Bourbon Day High School. From Bourbon Day, I went to Xavier of Louisiana. My freshman year of college, where I redshirted, I got some advice. I was thinking about either going to play there or going to a prep school at the time. Now that I think about it, maybe should have probably went prep, but the redshirt year, it was good because it got me a chance to get away from home and mature a little bit. Also see other guys on the grind, other players that was at Xavier, and it was just a good experience. So after that, me and the coach parted ways. I was going to return, but one of the assistant coaches at the time, David Higgins, knew Alan Cavanagh that was coaching at Mount Sac. So I thought I wanted to get a better scholarship offer. So I said, so I had two choices: either come home, go to Mount Sac, or go and pretty much do it. Go to Mount Sac, compete for a championship, or go to West LA. And I knew that that would be kind of similar, my own little show there. But I figured, I'll take the easy way. Let's go. And win the championship. Because at the time, Kamen Pruitt, Antonio Bigelow was there, and a couple other guys. So, I always wanted to play with, what I'm saying, some top talent and win something. Go ahead. What do you guys have to say?
No, you're good. Keep going.
Oh, I got a question before you go ahead, Josh. Coming from South Central, right? We all have this story from leaving the hood, right, and then going to another school. How was that transition for you, going from South Central to another whole different walk of life, man?
Well, you deal with stereotypes, and you got people that that say they've been in your shoes, or people that say they experience some things, but a lot of people don't experience a lot of things, so I don't feel like they should be able to comment on things that they don't experience.
Yeah, exactly.
It messes the experience, or it just messes the mind of somebody that's fresh or that's that's looking for something new. So you don't want to say too much if you ain't experienced it. And a lot of people told me, they're not gonna like you from LA, yada yada, all this kind of crap. And I'm like, dang, like that. So I was already going in, like, on the defense. But being in, in the South, it was nothing but love. They opened me with welcome arms. I mean, the food in New Orleans is the best. Hands down, it's no place like New Orleans when it comes to food. Yeah. You can taste all the love that's in it, But yeah, it was a real good experience for me. But I had to really grow up, coming straight from South Central. Then you on your own, and you got to make the right decisions, and you got to, get up at 5:30 for practice. And just doing different things it's a big adjustment, especially if you're not used to that already.
Yeah, I'm a mental toughness guy. So your mindset, again, coming from LA to that, like how did you talk to yourself because your subconscious mind was probably going crazy with those defenses. So how did you talk yourself down just to be calm?
Well, I didn't play a lot of AAU ball growing up, and I had barely got into it like maybe the end of my 10th grade, 11th grade year. And then I played some in 12th grade. But just by playing basketball, and having to leave on weekends to go to Arkansas or go to San Diego or go wherever just to go play, I was already being away from family, you know what I'm saying, at that time. So mentally, not seeing your people in the stands and then dealing with everybody else, somebody may have fans or somebody there. You know what I'm saying? You want your support system wherever you are, no matter what you're doing in life. A support system is good. But for me, I used to wake up sometime in the middle of the night and hear myself or hear fans in the stands. Like, I used to have dreams really of playing basketball. So that's why, like, when I had my daughter at a certain, like, after I left Mount Sac, I went to Lindsey Wilson in Kentucky. I played there 1 year, NAIA, in Columbia, Kentucky.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go back my senior year, but I already had to leave. My daughter was 3 years old. I had to leave when she was 3 days born. And that was tough right there for me. So after that, I was like, nah, I didn't want to go back and finish my senior year. So I didn't. I stayed. I set out. I got 2 jobs. I worked. I raised my daughter. And as days progressed, I used to tell her, like, yo, it's going to be a point in time where dad got to seek out some things that is still on the table, you know. He snuck into my world, you know.
It happens, bro. We're all dads here, brother.
Right.
I think the coach has something to say real quick. I think he wants to ask you something. Go for it, coach.
I got to answer this. I'm on.
Okay, yeah. Just real quick, I got to bounce to go to like a family function, but just when I saw Franz send me Josh's info, I saw that resume, I saw Mount Sac, and I was like, huh. And I know my guy Conn Bigelow, he's the dude I trust the most with anybody. He's the most knowledgeable player I've ever been around and played with and coached. And so I hit him up. I was like, hey, do you happen to know him? And he's like, yeah, I actually played both years with him at Sac. And you can just knock him down for 15 and 10 automatic. He'll do his role, he'll do his thing, and the tone vouches for him. I'll ride with whoever that is.
Who?
The love your way, Jroq.
Okay.
Yeah, Bigelow was your reference, I guess. And Toe said, "Hey, you need him. You got to ride with him." And so let's go.
Crazy. It's crazy how that works, right? They're telling you.
Yeah.
Jroq, you also were in the Drew League, right? You played
Yes.
before, and got a chip in the 2014, right?
Yes.
How was that?
Woo, that was some work.
Yeah.
That was a lot of frustration, a lot of just. Well, we really gelled. I think a couple times we was down big and we made some pushes, like some really just defensively just locked in and came together. And instead of playing one-on-one basketball, it was if you was playing us, you had to play 1 through 5. You know what I mean? It was nothing easy at that time, but it was half of the season. I want to say, like I said, it was an uphill battle because we was young, we was immature, and it's like a walk in the park for some of them guys coming in at the time, some of the professionals at the time, and we didn't have any professionals on the team, but we could run, and that was our thing. We ran and we played some excellent defense, and we came out on top that year.
Yeah, it's crazy. And did you go up against some professionals? Like,
I was about to ask that.
Yeah, we played that year. I think we ended up having to face Nick Young. We went through Ron Artest. We went through Craig Smith. He played for the Clippers. Big heavy dude. Bobby Brown, Bottoms. We played DeMar that year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we had a lot of battles, uphill battles. But like I said, we just made sure we had each other back. And everybody had a role. You know, my thing on that championship, it was something like Dennis Rodman. I was the defend, rebound, run the floor,
There you go.
you know, and I was okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with if we got something to do, let's get to this destination. And that's really what it was. I think everybody put themselves to the side. Tone made sure he did a great job of facilitating, and Garrett knocking down shots, Corey Allen coming in, getting baskets, you know, Superfly. And we also had Kwame Alexander on that team as well. And he was huge for us with his athleticism. So we just have fun. We went out there every day. You know, we was underdogs, but it's good being an underdog sometimes. I never ran from it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look at it. There's a lot of underdog stories out there. I mean, you never know who's going to step. Look at the Dallas Mavericks when, like G talked about it last week when they played Miami. You know, no one expected Dallas to pull that out, you know, or in baseball, you have the 2003 Marlins. No one thought they'd beat the Yankees, you know?
Even the Pistons in 04, man.
What was that, G?
Even the Pistons in 04 when they beat the Lakers.
What? Why you got to bring that up?
The same.
Time. Josh, you also, okay, so did you jump from the Drew League to the Euro League, or was it the other way around?
No, I went from the Drew League. After the Drew League, I went to El Salvador.
Salvador, right?
No. Actually, it was the Drew League. I went to the Drew League, right. After the Drew League, I went and played in Spain. I had got a contract. I went through a program out in Spain. It was the Eurobasket. It's like a summer program or something like that. It's like a placement sort of kind of thing. So I went through that. Brad Kennis and Jose Orcs, they run that out in Spain. So I went through that looking to get placed, and I ended up finding a team at the end of, I think that was 2015, 2016.
Okay.
So that was a grind within itself too, just leaving home, not having nothing set in stone, like going off from here to Barcelona. But like I said, I'm a warrior, so I wasn't afraid of it. I was just ready to, you know, get some exposure and see what was waiting.
Yeah.
How was that experience like for you, man? Just to be all the way out there and being like,
it was,
you know.
It was great. I've always loved to travel, and especially if you're doing something that you love, like playing basketball, like that's a no-brainer. Like,
right.
People ask me all the time, like right now with this COVID-19 thing, the situation going on, if a contract comes through, I'm gonna stay home or take it. I'm taking it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I feel like we're gonna be okay regardless.
Yeah, even
just like anything else, this too should go past.
Yeah, it's opportunities. You got to take them when they come. You never know.
Right, and the windows is slim. You know what I mean? It's a lot of 6'6", 6'7" guys. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about the overseas. What I've learned so far is about finding a niche and finding somewhere where you can, you know, build a good, nice relationship and grow. Like I said, the stereotypes, you got to leave them alone. You got to let people speak and do and venture out themselves, you know, because you have situations, you know, coming into situations or goals, should I say, that you have just set going into situations. So you always want to make sure you fulfill those goals. And for me, I've never had an agent, you know what I'm saying? I never had people, not too many guys saying, you know, yay or whatever about me. You know, I just had to pretty much get out there and go for it and show myself. So my thing is I could defend anybody, you know, at a certain point in time. So these last couple of years, I've just been working far as just like creating space and just a lot of ball handling, shots. Because at the next level, you know, they sending that double team real fast if you getting off too easy. And yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's good experience. You know, you never know what you're gonna get, what's gonna come your way. You said you have a daughter. What is it like to balance out athlete life and father life?
Yes. Repeat the question.
Sorry. You said you have a daughter. What's it like for you to balance your professional life and your father life?
It's the same kind of somewhat of a discipline because I got to make sure I get up every day and work out and make sure I take the proper steps to to make sure that I'm able to get contracts so that I can take care and provide for her, and also just being a father. I don't know. I've been wanting that for a long time. It's kind of crazy how the story all happened, but being a father it's like it's the best feeling in the world. Like day to day to help somebody else and reach their goals and just watch. I'm in school right now. I'm actually in 3rd grade right now. I'm going through the whole process again. So reading every day and just coloring and just using their imagination. Kids, they have a real good imagination, especially my daughter. So just it slowed me down. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when you have a kid, if you soak up all the knowledge you can from them, because they teach you as well as you. As you teaching them, they're teaching you a lot.
Oh yeah.
And that was a big thing for me. I had to step back and say, hey, you know what? Like, okay, God blessed me enough with a situation to have a daughter, so I got to take from this situation that way I can implement it in my daily life, even with the patience. You know what I'm saying? Having a girl is so much patience, and she's an Aries. So she has a little bit of her mom in her and other grandparents and auntie. You know what I mean? They take takes a village. So kids have a little bit of everybody. So just dealing with that on a day-to-day basis it's a beautiful thing, So
yeah, like I said, you gotta walk the dads here. So I got an 8-year-old son myself, so I know exactly what you're talking
exactly
about.
That's
3rd grade, baby. It's not easy.
Right.
So you're obviously, did you have something, G?
No. I just wanted to throw. I'll be getting there soon, man.
Yeah, he's not a baby. His son's only 1. Who was okay? So you're talking about being there for your daughter, being an example for your daughter. Who is your example growing up?
My example was my father was a great, excellent example. First, then I had another role model down the street. Josh Children's brother actually grew up down the street from me.
Cool.
And he played a little basketball. So he used to pick me up, or I used to go with him. You know what I'm saying? Once I found out that he liked basketball just as much as I did, that became I used to play him all the time. I played him till I started beating him. For a while, I couldn't beat him at all. It used to drive me crazy. Well, my neighbor, he used to beat me a lot, but it took me maybe I had to play him every day for about, I want to say 5-6 months. And I mean, it got real nasty. Sometimes we used to end up fighting and have to just go home, just stop the game and just go home because I was either mad or he was too mad or whatever like that. But that's really where my competitiveness came from, my drive, because even my physicality, because he used to get real physical with me, especially when he found out that I was starting to get an edge on him and I started getting better. Then that's when he got a little bit, more physical with me. But like I said, it gave me that that's what you call a hood intangible. Like when you go through situations like that make you, what I'm saying, I was uncomfortable. It's really what it was. So just being uncomfortable, I had no choice but to grow. So between my next door neighbor and going down the street playing with Quasi, and then every now and then when Josh was in town, we would get together and play it. That was real big for me too. Because Josh is 6'6", 6'7", maybe 6'8", with shoes on. So just going up against him at that wingspan, that was real great.
Yeah, that'd be so freaking cool. I mean, you never know who you're gonna be around. Like we've had athletes. I had Rod Barajas, over here, Mark Kotze lived around this area. Nomar Garcia Parra. You never know who you're gonna have in your area, and you should take advantage of every chance you have to meet that person or even work with that person if you can.
Right.
So I also noticed something really cool about you. Don't think I'm a creeper because of this. This tattoo that you have. Apparently you have a tattoo and it says, "Faith makes things possible, not easy." Is that true?
Oh, Yeah, I wear that every day.
All right. Well, it hit me really close, Josh, because I've been through a lot as well. I'm a single father, as well. I got my 8-year-old son. My mom's a registered nurse. I've seen lots of my friends die. I have a tattoo as well, and it says God has his reasons, and it has a smile now, cry later tattoo, which is right there.
Uh-huh.
And it hit me close, man. It hit me hard when I read that, but I love it. And I love the fact that you have that and you take that mentality. But it's so cool because you're on a squad now. Coach Don's a very religious guy. And when you found out that Coach Don was going to be the coach, did this have any effect in you coming over this way by any chance because of how religious you are or how you feel?
It had a little bit aspect. It played an important part with the decision making of just which way I wanted to move for as things. Leon, of course, I'm usually getting work with him right here down the street at the YMCA. And once I seen that he joined the team, he was just in my ear like, bro, what you got going? What's up? Like, I may have a situation, you know what I'm saying? And we talked a little bit, and then I did a little background on, who was coaching. And also one of the assistant coaches, he also went to Vermin Day as well. So just one thing led to another. And then when docs connect, you can't unconnect them, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a real visual. If I can visually see the dots connect, it's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to sit back and you have to connect the dots, or maybe, you know what I'm saying? But when they connect, they connect. And that's perfect. That's what you call perfect timing.
Yeah.
Right.
You just know.
So you got to just keep walking with it.
Hey, Josh is a perfect example of how we do our best to be biased and just let everybody have an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
But when you see talent, man, you just can't turn down talent, man. It's like we saw, what you provided, Josh, and like I said, we did our research with you, and it was like, Leon was like, yeah, man, you got to check him out. You got to check him out. I was like, all right, Leon, let me check. I'm not no empty promises, but let me check it. So when I shot it to Don was like, oh, okay. And so, here we are, man. So we appreciate you for selecting us, right? Because we're brand new, and the opportunities that we want to provide as well for your generation of chasing hoop dreams to the next generation behind us. We want to take care of both of those, man. So, I know what Don, you got anything else, man?
I was just going to say, Don, Coach, you got anything for that?
Nah, just piggyback off of it that, just a little caveat is that I'm not a religious person. I'm a Christian. But that's a whole nother thing. All right. The fact that, Leon and Tone, two guys I trust, vouched for Josh, that was enough for me. I didn't even have to look at a tape or anything. The tape they just added onto it with Josh, and I'm excited to see him play and excited to see, like he said, the dots align. Only one person could do that, and that's just God. And God put this all together in a short amount of time in the worst pandemic of our lifetime. So, we're changing the game for ADA, and we're coming after it. But there's going to be more to it than just basketball. There's off the court. I can't do anything but bring my Christian beliefs into it. It's not P4E, but it's still me. And
right.
And we'll be doing it, running it the same way. We're going to be where we stand. We're going to back up what we say, and we're going to be a respectful, ethical organization from top to bottom. And I'm excited to go after it. I'll see you guys out. But before I go, I got to get going. My wife's bugging me. But just thank G and Dubl for doing this every week. I know Buddha. I talked to Buddha, Drew, and Adam. They all loved it. I'm not going to speak for Josh and Marquis, but they're going to love it just the same. But players are excited to be a part of it and excited to see what you guys are doing. So thank you all on behalf of the coaching staff and Fran and the rest of the guys. Thank you guys. And Josh, I'll see you at tryouts.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks, Coach.
It's funny that Coach just said that because the last 2 episodes we've reached so many people. You think of all the social platforms we have right now, you guys. we reached so many people just last week alone. I've had so much feedback this entire week, and I'm hoping this week, same thing. Josh has got a good story about being, a father and going overseas and taking this approach that he takes, and Marquis coming from the East Coast and, that change in mentality. And we hope we can touch people's lives in the process. I mean, Josh, how do you feel about that?
I feel great about it because, like you said, it gives us a chance to just bridge the gaps. A lot of people are so afraid to bridge gaps. A lot of people are afraid to just speak up, you know what I mean? And it's a lot of underdogs coming up. And like I said, I had to learn a lot of things on the fly. I didn't play basketball when I was, a lot of people grow and play basketball 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. I didn't have that leisure. I was 6'3", 9th grade, and I was like, oh, maybe I could dribble a basketball. You know what I mean? And then it took a second. You know what I'm saying? I didn't work out really that too much in high school. You know what I'm saying? I did the bare minimum. I did extra things, but I didn't work on my legs. I didn't do a whole lot. Like, I didn't have that, you know what I'm saying? I had that pressure, that guidance at that moment. You know what I mean? It took really, when I became a professional, to really dig in, like, yo, it's a grind every day. You know what I'm saying? You got to put the time in, and feed your body, feed your mind, and most importantly, your soul, just trying to get to that next level. Because, guys is out here hungry. And when you hungry, it's either sink or swim, or eat or be eaten. So, you gotta learn how to swim. You gotta swim with what they say, swim with the sharks, right?
For sure.
Nice, cute.
Yeah, I mean, it's so true. I mean, you got people out there trying to do the exact same thing you are. One final question: what are you planning to bring to the Orcas this season?
Just a defense. A defensive hat, you know what I mean? I like to do a little bit of everything, you know what I mean? I can, slash, I can spot up and shoot, I'm getting a lot better with just my one-on-one game if need be, you know what I'm saying? But just whatever's needed. They called me the X Factor in high school.
Okay.
I was the glue guy in the Drew League, you know what I'm saying? Wherever it was needed, you know what I'm saying? Something is needed. That's where I like to be able to just provide for the team that I'm playing for, and just have fun and just take every second, nothing for granted. Just build day by day. That way, we putting our best foot forward, and we're all able to do and seek other adventures or endeavors in life that we're all trying to get to.
Absolutely. You never know. That's the only thing I keep saying is, especially with what we're going through right now. Look at Patrick Ewing. You never freaking know. So with that said, man, we are just about out of time. We want to thank Josh JROC White for coming in. We want to thank Marquis for coming in. Thank Coach Don. Ferran WDC was in the house. My boy G. Again, happy birthday to our partner George. And again, shout out to all the military this weekend. To everybody who served, Ferran, everybody who served, and everybody who gave up the ultimate sacrifice this weekend. Remember that when you guys are hopefully getting to be with somebody you love, give them a big hug, because they're there with you. Enjoy it. Again, Josh, thank you so much. I honestly feel that your portion is going to really touch somebody, whether it's a single dad struggling or even a single mom or someone. It's going to touch someone, and it's really going to help them pursue what they want to do. So thank you so much, my brother.
Oh yeah, you gotta always. We all got voices in our head, and we all know right from wrong. And we all been raised a certain type of way. You gotta go with your gut feeling, and that's one of the things. Even right now, I got people telling me different things, and I'm like, you always just stay and be ready, because you never know how, God gonna present himself or present a situation to you. Like my last contract from Spain, Garrett, one of my close friends, he played basketball, Garrett Nevels. He plays with the Clippers G League right now.
Okay.
And he was playing at ACB out there, and I was in China at the time doing the tour, and I was like, I ain't going home, bro. He like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm not coming home. I said, you got room on your couch?
Hey, why not? Right?
Right. So I said, look, I know how God works. I said, if I get there, you never know, a team gonna be maybe looking, maybe your team or nothing. At his time, his team was struggling, but they real big on resumes and different things, of that nature. So I mean, maybe the resume reason for whatever resume reasons why I said I wasn't able to practice with his team.
Mm-hmm.
But another team was in need. So like I said, God works in mysterious ways. And from that, I said I was out there for 2 weeks before, I got in contact and
mm-hmm.
I was blessed, So like I said, you got to know, you got to stay in your lane and you got to feel your own shoes. You can't worry about it, feel nobody else's
mm-hmm.
shoes, because what's for you is not for somebody else. And everybody have different experiences and going through life different ways and have different viewpoints. It's a trillion people out here, so we got that many different viewpoints. So if you can think about that, a lot of people don't think about that. They be like, oh, well, 1 + 1 is 2. That's how I got that. Okay, well, that 100 million person may be thinking about it something different. You know what I mean? So he may say 1 + 1 is 11. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about what you try to get
half
to.
plus a half plus a half plus a half.
Right. So it's things like that. Like I said, you got to walk and know what you want to do and get out of life. And I think once you know what you want to do and get out of life, then everything else is just pretty much
play out on its own.
Yeah, it's gonna play out for sure. That's been a beautiful thing, just seeing everything unravel and unwind, even just business adventures and stuff like that I have in mind. It's a beautiful thing, but you got to be in self. If you're not in self and you in this world and you with a load out of other stuff, you can miss a whole lot of doors that could be open. And I'm 30, so I can say I got a little experience about missing a couple of doors. But I ain't trying to miss no more, so that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, But I appreciate you guys having me, and
cool deal,
yeah,
man.
I look forward to working with you guys.
Cool deal.
Thank you, Josh.
Yeah, again, you guys, to end it out, let's just end it out with this, man. If that door opens, walk in and take the chance. Right.
All right. Sounds good.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Marquis, Ferran.
All right.
My boy G. You guys be
Thank
safe.
you, guys.
Awesome Memorial Day weekend. All right.
You guys have a good weekend.
That's right. Until episode 4 next week, we'll see who comes our way. That's right. Go Orcas.
All right.
That.